Hello everyone. The tool that I'm going to talk about and present to you is about educational formats and events. It's called Social Entrepreneurship EduFormats. So, the tool is quite a simple one. It consists of several decks, and I'm going to explain you each of the deck, and then I will explain step by step how you can play it in a team. So, the aim of this exercise is to learn about various educational formats, events, possibilities of networking, and to know how to choose them based on several influencing factors that you might have in your work. Now, it's very important to know about educational possibilities, educational tools in social entrepreneurship, because there's always a lot to learn about it, and especially if you're engaged in educational activities, we would like to have a wide range, a variety, a spectrum of activities that we can afterwards adapt to the situations we find ourselves in. And this actually is one of the competencies when we come to talking about leadership, teamwork, team management, human resource management, etc. So, to look at the tool, you will need to know what it consists of. It consists of several decks of cards. One of the decks is called Audience. Here you can find different profiles of different groups of people who can be targets of your educational activities. You can find here students, social entrepreneurs, leaders, startuppers, researchers, teachers, educators, young people, etc., etc. The other deck of cards is called Number of Participants. In this set, you will find 1, 2, 10, 50, 100, so different numbers of participants, which usually can go to educational events, networking events, various places where people can get together to learn about something. Then we have the objectives and outcomes. Then we have the outcomes and objectives cards. In this card, you have a spectrum, a list of different things that you would like to achieve through your educational activity. For example, you might want to have an attitude change. You might want to inspire people. You might want to give them information about something. You might want them to try to build several specific skills. The other deck is called a duration card deck. Here in this deck you can find the duration of an activity. Days, 1 day, 5 days, weeks, maybe a few hours, maybe some months, maybe a year. And we have one of the most important sets of cards. It's the description cards. This is a set of 42 descriptions of 42 activities which we would like you to learn about during this game. The way the game develops is following. It's played in a team, in a group of 6 or 7 people, can be also less. Each of the players is given a certain amount of these description cards. You can find here webinars, seminars, training courses, a camp, SpeedMed networking event, a summer school. When each of the players has their set of cards, the game begins. What we do is we pick from each deck of these cards one card. For example, this one says, open the mind. So our objective for the activity is to open a mind. Then we open one card from the duration card, which says here, 5 to 10 days. Okay, so this should be an activity which is for 5 to 10 days, and the main objective for us will be opening the mind of people around the topic of social entrepreneurship. Then we open one card from the number of participants deck, and it says 12 participants. We put it all facing up. And finally, we open the audience. This one says startuppers. So, we need to think about an activity that is for start-uppers, opening their mind about social business, which will happen during 5 to 10 days, and there are 12 participants. What happens afterwards is every participant of the game looks at their own description cards in their hand, looks at the description, and decides which of these activities fits most to these given conditions. The idea is that in order to win, you will need to explain and give arguments why this certain activity fits the best in these conditions. Whoever gets to explain can have that 1 point to them. That's how the game goes, and of course one of the important things in this game is not only playing it, but also discovering different formats of the activities, discovering the new formats of the events that you can use, but also think about how the different number, the profile and objective can actually affect your choice of an activity. There's 42 activities here, but doesn't matter if you want to include more activities, even more interesting. You can always also have blank cards, which will help also participants bring in their own practices and experiences with the events they have participated in. Good luck and enjoy this game.